As above, happy now to vibrate. Of course, guys, to vibrate. But as above, so below. The whole energy, like of currency. Like imagine if we were cells in a body. Imagine, you know, if y'all haven't watched the movie Osmosis Jones, at least Google it to get an idea of the perspective. And then also look up, stop right now. If you aren't familiar, go look up the Hermetic Principles, aka the 7 Laws of the Universe. You could find it through the book Kabbalion. You could find it through the book The Emerald Tablets. You know, and again, what's his name? Hermes, which is again like the Greek version of the Elder Jehudi, later Thoth aspect in Greek. But anyway, like as above, so below, as within, so without. If I'm a cell in the body, you know, the most truest, you know, form of wealth in abundance would be resources that are naturally from the body. You know what I'm saying? But straight from the body in that sense. You know what I'm saying? Like cells in the body, you know, they probably take, like, say for instance, because we got all kind of metals in our, you know, in our body physically. Like again, we're beings that are made out of oxygen, nitrogen, you know, carbon, all these different things make up this bodysuit. And hence why it makes us sick to eat all these artificial foods, because they're made out of things that aren't, you know, these natural minerals. It's just basic science, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, like the only problem that people have with it is mental. Like it's a mental fuck in the sense of it, excuse my diction, but like people are mentally and subconsciously, you know, programmed to stay connected to those poisons and stuff like that. So that's the only reason why they don't get it, is because there's a part of them that's not trying to get it forcefully, you know what I'm saying, even with the facts beating them in their face. But again, I heard about this coin shortage thing, and matter of fact, I'm, you know, being in my space to get more clear downloads, because I can't get clear downloads if I'm fucking stressing or worrying about this or that. But this aspect with the coin shortage, and then I heard Chick-fil-A do like, hey, let us do you a favor. Bring your coin, bring $10 worth of coins, and we'll give you 10 paper dollars. You know what I'm saying? Or $10, you know, in a free meal. But long story short, when we talk about abundance and wealth, you know, it's the natural resources, you know, gold. Matter of fact, the crystals I work with, the quartz of the world, you know, the copper, the gold, the silver, you know, it's the metals. And hence why coins at some point, I mean, right now even already, I mean, shit, to some extent, I mean, the pennies back in the day used to be more copper, but, you know, but basically, you know, the coins are worth more than, you know, the coins are worth more than the paper money. And the paper money, even though it's somewhat a natural resource, is not, because it, you know, it comes from wood, but they gotta mix it and do all kind of other shit with it, you know, compared to the natural resources. Because again, what's the game with money? If I create a fake currency and I'm the one making it, you gotta come to me in order to be wealthy. You know what I'm saying? Which you really don't. But again, in the illusion in your mind, you know, you gotta go to them to be wealthy. But if we use natural resources as abundance, then it's who plugged in a certain area that counts. Hence why I didn't research deep into it, but I felt the vibe of that is true, because they've been doing this shit forever, like fucking with other people in other countries, because they about to do some shit that's gonna fuck with their plan. But like Gaddafi, like they say that Gaddafi was gonna back, you know, the everything with you know, gold and physical resources of Africa, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, the physical resources of Africa is worth more than the whole Federal Reserve and all this little fake money and all that shit. Because again, only thing that give money value is a mental agreement upon multiple people that, hey, we're gonna value this. When I go to the store, I could get 2 pieces of toilet tissue. The moment we shift, you know, that aspect of dealing with money to, or we shift our value to something else or other items, that's what's gonna become the currency. You know what I'm saying? Like again, and I'm jokingly saying this, but just to show you how much it's just a mental, no matter what the material is. Like, if me and a million people could, we start a fucking, I don't want to make it too nasty, but I always come to my mind though, because I want to be as silly as possible, like a booger collection. You know what I'm saying? And us million people value boogers. You know what I'm saying? The size of them and all that. But long story short, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the currency for those people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something extremely valuable, because that's what they value and that's what they use as their currency system in order to, trade and exchange, services and goods, you know. And we're getting more to a place where it's just, more of a bartering aspect, You you shoot my video, I do a free sound healing for you, or you do this, and I say free, but I exchange, it's exchange. Not free, you gotta know our work. But that whole aspect though with the little coin shortage. And again, like, it's it's so funny, bro. Kudos to them nigga, cause like they got people wearing masks, and masks depletes your oxygen intake. A lack of breathing oxygen fucks with your immune system. So again, and you're not gonna catch no corona or none of that. That's some shit again that they plugged into the minds. Corona, it's a pandemic. They got people still saying it's a pandemic when it's not. People are only regurgitating what they hear from the news, because people walking around every day, like, and a person could lie and be like, oh yeah, it's a pandemic, but the fact that people so nonchalant with their masks, even though, like, it's funny because people only boost it up when that mental state. But long story short, 'cause I don't want to get too caught up in that, because I got to release some energy of worrying about people being woke in that area. Fuck it if you don't get it, you know what I'm saying? I can only help those who trying to help themselves. But with the money aspect, again, like, the value of metals, because again, if in our bodysuit, if our bodysuit was like a big city, you know what I'm saying, what's gonna be more valuable, the natural resources of my body, or the red dye 40 that I eat from a candy bar, you know what I'm saying, like, in the cells in my body, basically trying to, like, or say for instance, dysfunctional cells in my body trying to add value to the artificial stuff. Like, hey, red dye 40, or I use red dye 40, or all these different little dyes and stuff they put in the food, which is like usually when they give stuff a name like yellow 40 or something like that, that means there's so many names and chemicals put into it that if they showed you, you for sure would be like, what in the fuck is all this? But anyway, and go research it if you think I'm, ain't gotta take my word for it. As always, I want to remind people. But, again, the valuable resources are the ones that are natural, you know, to this plane of existence. And always remember, too, that whatever's in this plane of existence come second to your inner wealth. You're already infinitely abundant and prosperous. Like, you know what I'm saying? Our soul is infinite. Our prosperity is infinite. The only reason why you're not experiencing it, or it's possible that you still may not be experiencing it more, is because it's certain subconscious programming that's blocking you from, from your abundance, point blank, period. But yeah, I just again want to share a little bit on that, because I found it that, that coin situation, and I had the little download about the money, so I knew It's gonna be connected in some way, form, or fashion. But again, just value ourselves. That's at the end of the day, again, I'm bringing this up, sharing, but continue to work on the core aspects, being in the moment, getting to know yourself better, knowing what it is that you truly love, being emotionally intelligent, understanding your feelings, trusting your inner guidance. No matter if your inner guidance tell you to do something different from universal frequencies or Bobby Hemmett or infinite waters or red pill and blue pill. Like if your inner guidance tells you to do something different from somebody who you consider to, or somebody who you value their information, you gotta go with your inner guidance first. Again, that's the name of the game. Now my videos are becoming more so for just any newcomers, because I realized that, like, all right, there's a channel, and like I could either like, and it's a balance, grow with your content. Like as much as I grow, I only stay in that area of where I'm, my growth, or I kind of stay balanced. So I still make videos that allow for people who are new to this to grasp it and start researching and getting into it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. And again, the moral to this story is the true value, first and foremost, is within the soul essence that's infinite. And then secondly, if we are going to value resources within this illusion, within this matrix, within, this earthly plane, then it would make sense to value, what I'm saying, the resources, the natural, organic resources, what I'm saying. And again, reason why, again, like, think about the chess game of that. Like, I'm going to make up, like, here it is, you're an indigenous being. I'm going to take you out of because here it is, like, well, we are sovereign beings. All you gotta do is state that shit, you know what I'm saying, and know what it is when you come across law enforcement or dealing with the court system and stuff like that. Go research, go do your thorough research in the area of dealing with your, Moorish, like the Moors kind of expand a little more with the sovereignty aspect and how to deal with the paperwork to do that. I'm not no expert in that, because honestly, every time I done stood up to like some funny business with the people, it always been like my energy, like a little bit of knowledge, but more so just a strong energy of knowing like I'm creating my reality, so I don't have nothing to fear, But again, that's the chess game. If I start raping and pillaging your land where it got a bunch of resources at, and then I start making crayons, I start making color like crayons, and say, hey, this is the new currency, y'all color. Here these colors, y'all go get your coloring book and sit down and color. You know what I'm saying? Why I thrive off of your natural resources in your land. But just something I like sharing. The currency is within. You are, I am, you are infinite abundance. Say it. I am infinite abundance. And it's more than just saying it. You got to make sure your actions line up with it too. That's what it is. You already know. Peace. Happy now. How's the vibe?